before he then takes up his position and starts crunching the numbers.
All right, I count at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. At least a dozen sharks, if not maybe closer to 20.
That's Jamie's cue to get in and swim to their bait-filled fake rock.
How you doing over there, Adam?
It's from here that he'll release the essence of dead shark from a pressurized balloon that should ensure a dramatic dispersal.
Okay, well, this is the real deal, and as you can see, we've got some sharks circling around here. Here we go.
Mount the cliff. Essence of dead shark. 3, 2, 1, and... Oh! Wow! That was a very specific reaction. I mean, it was like instantaneous. The moment you cracked the seal, I saw the sharks like shimmering to get the freak out of the way.
Yeah, that's about right. It's like, I don't like that smell. I gotta get out of here really quickly.
What was once a shiver of sharks has just 90 seconds later become barren, with not a single shark to be seen, despite the bait box staying in place. But that's not the only thing to note.
The other fish, they don't seem to care.
I totally agree. It's very apparent that the fish don't care about the smell of dead shark, but only do the sharks seem to care.
3 minutes in, and there's still no sharks.
Jamie, it's almost like as it disperses, the exclusion zone gets wider and wider.
In fact, it's almost 6 minutes before some sharks start to venture back. And that's very good news for the Myth.
Well, that went spectacularly. As soon, I mean, the very second that Jamie clipped the zip tie, I watched the closest shark to him turn its head as if it was smelling the worst smell in the world. And within 2 minutes, the entire zone is clear of sharks. That shark repellent, as far as I can see, worked. But it's not science unless it's repeatable, and so we're going to try this test again. I think we're going to take it up a notch.
Yep, the boys are going to cue a feeding frenzy.
I'm getting whacked by the tails of these things.
In the Jaws finale revisit, it's time to bring out the big guns.
The myth of Brody shooting and exploding the scuba tank in the shark's mouth is totally busted. We have definitively proven through a series of multiple tests that no matter what angle he was shooting that tank, he could not cause it to explode. But that does not mean that we are done shooting at stuff. For instance, what if instead of saying, I think we need a bigger boat, Brody's phrase was, I think we need a bigger gun?
Found one.
That's right. Instead of shooting at that tank with a bullet this big, we are now going to be shooting at that tank with a bullet this big. Here we go.
It's the last chance saloon for the Myth.
Gun is hot.
But will a round from the .50 caliber sniper rifle, a gun way more powerful than Brody used, finally cause the dive tank to detonate?
Okay, through the bottom of the tank with the .50 cal. In 3, 2, 1.
Whoa! Ho! Hey! Look at that! The tank is still spinning!
Well, the tank didn't blow, though.
No, it didn't. It's rolling around behind the shark. Wow, that is a far-out reaction. This test was always about the explosion. Can this super high-caliber rifle cause a scuba tank to fail explosively? And the answer is no, it can't. Yet another test without a boom. But there's a wrinkle here, right? Because the larger hole created by the .50 caliber bullet made that much more of a rocket effect, sending the scuba tank rocketing down the esophagus and into the gullet, and by every measure we were looking at, killed a shark.
Yep, the bigger gun created a bigger hole, which generated enough thrust to turn the tank into a fatal torpedo. But by using the bigger gun, the guys were only interested in creating an explosion. And to that end, this test was a failure.